Alright guys, so welcome to today's episode. In today's episode we will just export everything, okay? So it is not going to be, exciting or anything. I'm just gonna show you how we are going to export everything, and then that's it. Okay, so we have all of our stuff right here, okay? And before we get to exporting, you should pay close attention to the limbs, okay? Especially arms and legs. So we only have made one item for one arm, okay? So if we consider this as our right arm, then we only have this thing right here, okay? For the right arm, but we also need it for a left arm, since this part right here cannot be aligned to this side when you want to apply it for the left one. Therefore, we should duplicate this, okay? So select both Shift D and duplicate, and then hit S and X, and of course select everything before, so S and X, and then shrink it down till it reaches this small point, and then shrink it back. As you can see, we have now swapped the orientation, let's say, okay? So it is now at this side, and that's what I was trying to do, okay? So we should do this with every limp-based part, let's say, okay? So for this as well. So duplicate, then do it like this. Okay. Or we could even forget about those, because I'm gonna explain later why you could forget about those things. Okay, so about this elbow protection, and the same goes for this. Okay, because if you take a look at it, okay, the reason why we have now duplicated this and have turned it around, let's say, is because of this part, okay? So if we want this on our left arm, then we want this part to be at this position, okay, and not at this one. Otherwise, we'd have this protection for both arms for the right arm, So I hope that you get me. And if we take a look at this one, it really has no part which tells the player at which side this part is supposed to be on. Therefore, we can use it for both, because both look identical, okay? And same goes for the shoe. And of course, the same does not go for this fist protection, let's say, okay? All right, and with that being said, let's get rid of everything except for something we would like to save. Okay, so you guys know how I'm going to export everything. So I'm going to export everything single by single. I'm going to show it one time, and then I hope that you're able to understand, okay? And then after that, I'm just going to speed the video up probably, but we'll see. Okay, so if we talk about exporting something within Blender, then we want to do the following. So if we just hit File and then Export and then OBJ, we run into the problem that everything you'll see right here is being exported, okay? So this dummy template we have worked with, and everything, really everything, okay? And if we select one part and think that, okay, so I've selected this one, and then I had to export an OBJ, then Blender is supposed to know that I only want to export the selected part. But that's not the case as well, okay? The problem is that everything's being exported, okay, as long as it is there. Therefore, we have to delete everything except for the part we want to export, okay? And that's a method I'm showing within my videos. Right, so if we take a look at all of those parts, and if we want to start with this one, for example, then we'll see that this item right here consists of 3 other parts. So of this, and this. And they all have different colors. Maybe not those two, because those two are probably golden. Okay, so we could join them or fuse them together by selecting each of them and then hitting Control and J. So if we select this upper part, this one is selected as well because we have just fused them together. And if we now want to export this shoulder part, then select everything. You want you do not want to export. And now we have this one right here. Okay. Now just go to File, Export, and then OBJ, and then save it somewhere. Okay. Okay. Now, if you have done this one, then hit Control Z multiple times so that everything you have deleted reappears. And now continue everything you have just done with this other shoulder part you want to export. So export OBJ, and yeah. So that's the way on how you're supposed to export everything, okay? I'm not sure, but there is maybe a more efficient way in which you're able to move all of the parts you do not want to export into into another scene maybe, and then they'll just disappear for a moment. I think that this is possible as well, but I haven't read anything about it, or I haven't done it yet, therefore I'm not sure. Okay, so now let's select everything else besides this other shoulder part. So L shoulder. Okay. Need everything right here. And that's just the way and how you're going to export. Okay, so there is nothing more into it. So just export everything. Okay. So the next one is probably going to be the hair. Okay. Export OBJ hair. Now select everything again, except for this gem on Star Platinum's head. Okay, undo everything, reselect, and unselect this band. Wait, delete everything first of all. Okay. Select everything, unselect the scarf. Come on. Scarf, export. Okay, now let's unselect the lower torso. Okay, now let's continue with the arm protection right here. And we can even use the arm protection for the legs as well, I think. But I have to recheck that before I do, before I actually think about it. Well, probably not. Let's not try it out. Come on. No, wait. Come on, unselect this thing. Come on. There we go. We already have so many parts which we are going to import in the next video or in the next episode of this series. And by importing, I mean that we are going to head into Roblox Studio and then insert all of these parts inside of Roblox Studio to, yeah, build the Star Platinum at the end and to finally start the work on Star Platinum's moves, okay? Yeah, finally, guys. Finally, after many episodes, after many boring episodes, to be honest, because building or only building can be pretty boring. Okay. Okay. We have finally dealt with the upper body. Now, let's move on with the leg. Never mind about this part. Alright, guys. Finally. Okay, we have now completed this thing right here, okay? So we have now exported everything, guys, and thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends. Leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next video.